What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of GEARBreakerNation, where we give excellent assessment and reviews. And in this video, I want to sit here and talk about Nintendo's decision to sit here and put out the Nintendo NX. Now, I think it's an interesting move for Nintendo to make, and of course, you know, when it comes to console games, Nintendo isn't performing quite as well or on par as, you know, the PS, as Sony or Microsoft. And of course, the shining white knight for Nintendo at this moment is the 3DS and handheld, because it is leading in handheld games. One thing I really don't like about Nintendo, which besides the many messed up practices, is the fact that when they have launch titles, they don't have any titles when they launch new systems. Think about it. When the Nintendo Wii came out, the only thing that really came with the game that actually made it sell it at all was pretty much the gimmick of motion tracking and all of that to incorporate into the game with the nunchucks and such. Like that was the gimmick for that, but it's not enough to actually pull the Wii. When the Wii U came out, there weren't really any good games. No game titles whatsoever that would actually sell a freaking system, you know. And I think that's one thing Nintendo needs to stop doing. Put forth some freaking effort into your consoles. You know, you have some of not only the best but the most legendary game franchises that's ever been played on this planet. And every time you make a new system, every one of those franchises need a new game. One of the worst things they decided to do that messed up the launch for the Wii U, because Wii U sales are down, is the fact that they didn't have any game titles out. Why in the hell wait to put out Mario Kart 8? Why wait to put out Smash Brothers? Why wait to pull out Mario Maker? Why wait to put out what's the other game that just came out? I don't freaking know. All of these great games, the new Super Mario that they had just came out, I believe, last year. Why did they wait to put those games out? Those games should have been the center focus when these game systems came out. You know, that's one reason. I mean, what was the one game that most famous game that they had? Was what? Freaking Batman Arkham City, and the Xbox and PlayStation been had that. And you know, Batman Arkham City was an awesome game, but that wasn't enough to sit here and help launch this video game, this console, when you ain't put no other games with it. They had Rayman, what was it, Origins or Legends, and I'm not gonna lie, I got Rayman Origins, I got both of them actually, and those games are freaking awesome. But they're not enough to sell our system on, you know. Come on, real talk. You know very well that was not gonna work. I could think of some of the most legendary franchises that you got. You have, another one like Bayonetta 2. You know, that's a really good game. But that game should have came out the same exact time that the freaking Wii U came out. You know. But go back to my point. You know, I can name some really good franchises. Of course, you got the default ones. Pokemon, Mario, you know, Kirby, Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Star Fox, you know, every single time you come out, like with the NX, there is no way in hell you should not have at least one game for each one of those franchises. New Legend of Zelda game is supposed to come out, new Mario game supposed to be coming out. If you want to make another Mario Kart game, put that out there. If you want to make a new Donkey Kong game, put that out there. Another Star Fox, Kirby, freaking Fire Emblem, you know. What else? Didn't they take over some of the Capcom titles like Mega Man and Sonic the Hedgehog? Put games out for them, you know what I mean? Pac-Man, put a game out for him. If you're gonna sit there and throw another Smash Brothers out, do it at launch. The biggest time you're going to sit here and sell the most systems, make the most impact, have the most influence in the video game world is when you launch a game console. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, stop focusing so much on your handhelds. Your handhelds are selling just fine. Keep making them, you know what I mean? But don't sit here and try. They're trying their best to sit here and transition console players over to handhelds, you know, and it's like, don't do that. You are doing great. When you had the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, even the GameCube, you know, you had freaking awesome games. But you're sitting here, and I believe you're just settling for like less, and it's messing up the name for Nintendo. I'm one of those people that I love playing handheld games, and I like playing console games. And I'm not gonna sit here and buy a handheld game I got on console, you know, but that's why I want you to kind of differentiate that, you know. I want to have my handhelds and I want to have my consoles, you know. But that's what I'm saying, you know. That's one of the biggest problems that I think Nintendo has is the marketing, and not only the marketing, the fact they could care less about what their customers and fan base actually want, you know. Every time you like this NX come out, you should have nothing but new titles for every freaking franchise. And this is what I say. Nintendo got bread. Nintendo has had long time to build up. I say, since you got the NX come out, you should have at least 20 titles. Even if there's some, put like 5 new ones. But 15 of your main ones, your base titles, put 15 new games out for them. If you want to have some new stuff come out, fine. And I understand the gimmick that you're trying to do, where you have like the NX is, I think, supposed to play Wii games and Wii U games and 3DS games. Okay, fine, but that's not enough to sell it. You're gonna have to put some game, put some money out there, put some effort. You got a Legend of Zelda fan base, you got a Metroid fan base, you got a Super Mario fan base, Pokemon fan base, Donkey Kong fan base, Star Fox fan base, Fire Emblem fan base. What's the one with Pikmin in it? What else? Who else? I don't know. You got Nintendo. Nintendo's Nintendo. You know, you got all of these great games, and I would love to see Nintendo step that game up. If the NX is going to be anything, what they need to do is actually try to compete. That's one thing I don't think. I think they're just selling with these systems, and that's why they're not making money. Stop selling and try to compete. You see how and the thing about it is, your game don't have to have the best graphics. It has to actually have effort. If you actually put a game out there that's actually filled with content, and think about Splatoon, you know what I mean? It's one of those, it's an online game. The online game that's like actually competing with some of the online games that, you know, freaking Xbox and PlayStation are on. So that's good. Do better with your systems when it comes to like memory, like transferring memory and all that, because a friend of mine was sitting here just trying to transfer one account from a 3DS that somebody else had. That he had on somebody else's 3DS, and they had their own account too, and you could not just transfer your single account. It was just terrible. I ain't never seen those stuff like that before. But as far as the online, get the online popping too. I'm not an online person like that. I enjoy games sometimes that play online. Me, like I said, the main game that I like online pretty much is Halo, or games where I can sit here and play with my homeboys. But outside of that, you know, but that's just me, you know. You got plenty of people out there that want to play, that like playing online. Start taking that to a better effect. So when you do that, make sure that your stuff is solid. Cause there's been some times I'm sitting here and seeing some of my friends play the online matches, and I've seen some lag. That is some lag. I have never seen lag like that. Even in an over-encumbered game, playing Halo or Gears of War or Call of Duty or something. But anyways, those are just my general thoughts about, you know, the Nintendo and the NX, what they need to do if they actually want to build. They already have a solid foundation, but they're just letting it crumble because they're doing it with these stupid business practices. And it's not really a business practice, which I would love to talk about in another video. But it's the fact that they're just like half-assing on nearly every corner. I mean, Japan is mainly handhelds, and America is more of the consoles. Okay, what's the issue? Put more consoles in America, you know? And when you do that, put some fucking good-ass games out there, because you have the games. You know, you have those games. Every time you come out with a new system, you're supposed to have another, you're supposed to update your gallery of games. Every game franchise, update that with a new game. Meaning, like I said, there should be, like, the next game, every one of your main franchises need a new game to go with it. And it needs to launch the same day as that freaking game. Do you know how many people would buy that shit just to play those games? But hey, you know, that's just me, guys. In the comment section below, just let me know what you think about that. Do you think that I'm just talking on my ass, or do you think that Nintendo needs to make a comeback? And when they make a comeback, I mean, you know what I'm saying, actually put forth some fucking effort. You know what I mean? We enjoy some of the kiddier games and everything, but we are adults. A major majority of your fan base are adults. People who actually grown up with you since you started with the freaking Nintendo. And if you had one before then, I wasn't born, so I never played it by that time. But anyway, I came up with this in Nintendo, and with a lot of other adults. Start thinking about them. Start putting new games out every time on day one. And that's just me just talking, so... Alright, guys, you already heard my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And to the next edition of GEARBreakerNation, keep those gears turning.